Hi guys, this is a video that I knew was coming. Hadn't really thought about how to make it until now, and even so I feel it's okay. So I didn't want to just continue on posting videos as if nothing happened, because something has happened. And I know a lot of people who are subscribed to my channel are invested at least a little bit, sometimes a lot of bit, in our life and the lives of our cats. In Vlogmas last year, we showed quite a bit of them, and a lot of times they're running around the background of my videos, and a lot of people know them by name. There was 4 of them that you would see a lot. And our oldest one, Parker, was very sick for the last probably 2 years, but he was diagnosed a year and a half ago with pretty severe kidney failure, and we've been treating him for the last year and a half with infusions and a special diet and pills. But the last week or two, it's gotten really bad. And it just, every day something got a little bit worse. So last week we scheduled a vet appointment for Wednesday. He was still hobbling around and eating and doing all his normal stuff, but it was like we could just tell little by little things were not going so well. So we made an appointment for this Wednesday, and it kind of started getting a little bit worse. And so Sunday night, we gave him an infusion, which is where we give him liquid to kind of help hydrate his body, because with kidney failure, there's a lack of hydration. He was very dehydrated, and he's lost so much weight that he was having a really hard time walking after we gave him the infusions, and it was really hard to watch. And he kind of stopped eating, but he would eat just like a tiny bit, and then
he would lick it.
Yeah, he would just kind of lick the juices from the food, because we gave him, it was like wet food that we fed him. And then so that was Sunday night, and then Monday morning he ate a little tiny bit. Again, it was just like licking and very light amount of food. And we went to work. Alex had some finals to do, and then Monday night, he didn't eat anything. We tried to give him some treats. I think that was Sunday night. We tried to give him some treats, and he rejected them, which is unheard of. He was very, very into his treats, so that was very alarming. And so, was it Monday? No, Tuesday. Okay, so Monday night, things looked really, really bad. He was really struggling to walk, and we started kind of panicking, but also we just kind of knew. And so I went to bed Monday night, and Alex stayed up all night working on a final, because it's finals week for colleges, a lot of them. And so right before I went to bed, Parker kind of walked his way under my desk. I had a blanket there for him, and he laid down.
He laid down, and I worked on my edit all night, and Tuesday morning when Jocelyn woke up for work, he was still with us, but he just hadn't moved yet. And I had to go to some finals that day, so Jocelyn stayed home from work with him, and we called the vet Tuesday morning, and we got our appointment bumped up to Tuesday at 3 p.m. instead of Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. And so by the time we took him in Tuesday at 3, he had been just in his blanket in his bed laying down for like 16 hours.
Yeah,
hadn't eaten. And
I had actually gone to work Tuesday morning, because I'm the kind of person that it's just do the next thing that needs to get done. And this is our first pet that we've ever had to deal with this with. And so he hadn't moved, and so I was really concerned, so I called the vet, rescheduled the appointment. And when I got to work, I told my boss, and after I'd rescheduled the appointment, I told her what was going on, and she was just like, why are you here? Go home. And I'm really, really thankful that she did that, because I would have really regretted not being with him. So I got home, and we hadn't really moved him or touched him that morning at all. And I picked him up with the blanket to put him on my lap, and it was like picking up a rag doll. He just kind of wasn't there anymore. But there were flashes throughout the kind of afternoon where his eyes would kind of focus and dart around and focus on me, and then he would kind of fade a little bit. So it was, we knew that it was happening. And so we took him to the vet, and fortunately we go to a vet that our friend works at, so he was there, and he was able to kind of be with us and confirm that Parker's body was shutting down kind of on its own. But you know, I'm sure it's not a very pleasant process, so we obviously made the decision to kind of ease the process at the vet's office, and came home with one less cat. So the vet experience was actually really, really good. They were really respectful and really nice, and we made the decision to have him cremated, and we get to pick him up next week. And so that's, you know, that's really nice. And they didn't have us do anything in that moment. We just got to leave. We didn't have to worry about paying or anything, so that was nice. Coming home was really weird, not being a 4-cat household, which is a lot of cats, but 4 cats feels right for us. The 3 of them just don't quite seem complete.
It's no more orange and white little beauty.
Yeah. For those of you who might not know which one Parker was, he was the orange and white one. And yeah, so that happened this week. I would have maybe waited to film this a little bit later, but I'm leaving this weekend for a bachelorette trip in Vegas. So he kind of timed it pretty perfectly, because I wouldn't have wanted to be there when this happened, and Alex would have had to deal with it on his own.
That would have been no good.
Yeah. Another thing, I don't know if my mom will ever watch this, but she actually called the vet's office and took care of our bill. So that was really, really nice of her. So I just wanted to say, I mean, I thanked her obviously, but just a kind of an extra thank you to her and to the vet's office and to our friend Nick for helping us. He's the friend we know at the vet's office who was there with us the entire time. So yeah, I thought that you guys, there's a lot of you who I think would want to know that this happened, since you follow me, and a lot of you have a lot of love for our cats. We still have Luna, Felix, and Piper. They're still our little gang. We're just kind of in loving memory of Parker. And yeah, I don't know. I have some scheduled videos that are gonna go up from before this all happened, so you will see those coming up shortly. But again, I just felt like I wanted to get something out there, because it just felt a little weird not to address this big thing that happened in our lives. So send us your love and your thoughts. We definitely could use them. We're okay, but you know, it's not ever gonna be a fun thing to have to go through.
I mean, I'm glad that, you know, it happened when it did. Like, I got done with my finals, Jocelyn's leaving for Vegas. Like, as weird as it sounds, like, to say, like, it could have been more perfectly timed.
And he chose, like, we didn't have to really make a decision. He chose to go.
Yeah, I mean, there was nothing else we could have done. We gave him his, you know, we'd been treating him for over a year and a half, you know, with infusions and a special diet and a pill before his meal and everything. And, you know, we really did everything that we could to prolong his life. And, you know, at the end of the day, that's all you can ask for. And we have tons of memories with him. He was our first cat ever. Like, less than a year into us living together, we had him, and he, you know, he was really important to us and our, like, growth as a couple in those early days. Like, just having that thing to take care of together, I think really was special part of our early days living together, and and you know, it's weird to look around the house at the spots that he used to lay and not see him there. It's sad, and I really miss him and his personality, but it almost makes it easier that over the last like 3 months or so, he was kind of not the same Parker that we he was obviously still Parker, but he wasn't jumping up and down and meowing his head off all the time. But he was still there, and he was still Parker. But it's really sad to see him go. But we know he's not suffering anymore, because he definitely was he had to have been those last 12 hours or so. He was just
really struggling to walk
even
and
move, and like even just like fidget his head. Like, it was tough. So we're glad he's in a better place, but we will definitely miss him a lot.
All right, so I think that's everything. I have a flight to catch in a few hours. And a lot of packing that still needs to get done. Thank you guys so much for everything and all of your support that I'm sure is coming our way. Thank you so much. See you in the next one.